Hello everybody, Joe Baganones here. Welcome back for another episode of Film with Daemon Muramasa. Sorry about that little gap in the upload schedule there. Nothing happened this time. It's just that I was in a funk this week, you know? I don't know what it was. I just wasn't in the mood to do anything. I'm gonna blame it on just me being tired. And there was I don't know, rainy, overcast weather. So I just kind of got in a I don't know, kind of depressive mood, not gonna lie. Maybe I'm just coming down from my mania, and now I'm hitting those valleys. But it is what it is. Brighten my spirits. I got off work early today. Well, I wasn't even supposed to be in today. Just fucking AMC down day. But you know, the world goes on, and they need people to work. But I got out early. Went to the store. Got some Sam Adams Oktoberfest because it's past mid-August, which means it's fall now, at least according to the corporations. I'm not complaining. I like fall. I just wish, it wasn't still 90 degrees outside. That is most certainly not autumn weather, not good leaf peeping. Can't be in my nice flannels and jeans tucked in my hiking boots. When it's 95 degrees outside, I'll die. Just plain and simple. Also, I don't want to say I'm a slut for pumpkin spice. I like it as much as the next guy, but I'm just more a straight. Well, yes, I'm straight. That certainly affects my taste, but no, just I like a good pumpkin. Anything really. Pumpkin pie, pumpkin seeds, just stewed pumpkin's really good. I fucking, it's not something most people actually eat in North America. They don't see pumpkin as the actual gourd as something to eat. But it's just like big squash. Real good stewed. I've talked about how I had that pickled pumpkin sushi once. It's the fish substitute. Really good. Anyway, I'm just kind of rambling. What else did I do this week? Oh yeah, I finally upgraded my computer a little bit. I still haven't got paid yet for over 2 months, so I'm running a little low on money in my account. I have $10,000 in stocks that if it really comes necessary, I can sell a couple $1,000 worth and be fine. I can live off another couple months. Hopefully, it doesn't take them a third of a year to fix my paycheck. But if they do, it gives me a pretty valid reason to be real angry at them and go in there and fucking throw a shit fit and be 100% justified. I don't care. That's the thing. Once you've been in the military for almost a decade, it's just you just learn that it doesn't matter. You can just go in there, I'm not gonna, cuss anybody out, but I'm just gonna, give them no quarter, dig my heels in, just fucking really browbeat them. Finance sucks, dude. Everything on the back end fucking sucks. They haven't even, uploaded my EPR or my promotion stuff or my promotion scores yet. And they were supposed to do that, at the beginning of the month. It turns out that, the Air Force Personnel Center, there's just, possibly several hundred they never got around to filing. And it's what the fuck, dude? You have one job. That's all I'm saying, is, they're retarded. Anyway, you know who's not retarded? Whoever designed those super cool, super fast, racing cruxes right there. So let's learn a little bit more about those. The small, hand-pulled trailer packed with loose metal parts can be best described as a public disturbance on wheels, with the racket as it rolls along compounded by the echo-friendly hallway down which we are proceeding. Fortunately, there is no peace and quiet to be disturbed in the team paddocks, not even at night. Mechanics work from sundown to sunup to ensure that their machines are in top condition, while those pilots who can sleep do so amid the sweet lullaby of drills and hammers. A trailer is just one more instrument in this conductorless orchestra of iron and steel.
いろいろ集まりましたね。
上位のチームほど気前が良かったせい
Well,
だ
you guys just gonna fucking slap
彼
some
らは資金
bullshit on
力があるだけ
Muramasa so that way,
資
you
材が
know,
豊富だ
hopefully no one in the stands recognizes it.
それでも敵に塩を送るような余裕はどこも持ち合わせていないでしょうけれど。
ホットボルトをどう改造しても所詮ホットボルト、スーパーボルト仕様にするくらいが関の山でございますからな。
Oh, what,
加え
like
て
the
クラッ
upgrade
シ
from
ュ
a
済み
Hornet
と
to
な
a
れ
Super
ばな
Hornet?
おのこと警戒など。
This Nagakura's assessment is hard to argue with. The other teams are perfectly justified in discounting the police team as a contender. And it is precisely this indifference which has allowed us to so readily accomplish one of tonight's objectives. Unfortunately, we have failed to make progress on our other, far more pressing objective. That is, unless we consider eliminating possible leads to be progress.
無言で不満そうな思念だけよこすな鬱陶しい
Yeah, we're off like doing a little side adventure arc right now. Leave us alone.
不満なのよ。
Like instead of a beach episode, you know, this is the racing episode.
我ながら悪くない案だと思うがクラッシュした機体の修理に必要という名目で各チームのガレージを訪ね余剰の部品を買い集めて回る
Yeah, I got to peep around.
その際に荷台に潜んだお前がガレージ内を探査
Mm-hmm.
サーキットに現れなかった予備機の識別を行う特に問題点はない
But
実際調査は進んだ
still no progress? I'll bet succeeded in ruling out every team we've checked thus far.
そうね。素晴らしい作戦よ。私もそう思う。そこまではね。そこまでは。
Yeah, you kind of also have to find the egg, you know?
この先に何の問題がある集めた部品をお前の階層に有効活用するというだけだ
そこが不満なの
Muramasa's untempered kinchojo explodes inside my skull, scrambling my brain like a physical blow. I grab hold of the wall to keep from keeling over.
どうされましたの？
Yeah, I just kind of had like my brain rearranged.
いえ
I answer, shaking stars out of my eyes.
一石二鳥だろ
その前に、どうして私がまがいものの格好をして、かけ比べなんかに出なくちゃいけないのよ。
Oh, yeah, speaking of spare parts, I know I said I like upgraded my PC a little, but I don't think I actually said what I did to it. Pretty much I just got a couple new SSDs. You know, pretty much my entire computer was running off a hard disk, and for playing some games, it was bad. You know, the load times on like Baldur's Gate 3, even with an SSD, they're still pretty long. On a hard drive, it was straight up like, all right, time to put down my, mouse and keyboard for like 2 minutes and play on my phone while I wait for literally any loading screen to go through. So that alleviated a whole lot of it. I'm probably gonna have to upgrade my CPU and graphics card though. It's still doing some weird stuttering. Just like me, makes sense. It's my PC and I stutter a lot, haha. Like dogs and their owners. But I don't know, AMD's software is just weird. Maybe I'll go with a NVIDIA card next time. Pretty much just gonna, switch out everything in there, besides the motherboard.
他に方法がない
The point of participating in tomorrow's final is to maximize the chance of being close enough to the infected Tsurugi to destroy it at the moment of hatching. Needless to say, I will have to be piloting Muramasa at the time. Muramasa is a Shinichi, however, and cannot be mistaken for anything but. If I equip her as is, I will be announced to the world that the police team have a Musha in their ranks. A disguise is necessary. As luck would have it, Muramasa's shape and color scheme aren't entirely dissimilar to Hot Bolt's. With the right tweaks, it could be possible to make her look like a customized Hot Bolt model. My proposed course of action is nothing if not sound.
違うか
Alright, so just, slap some extra junk on there and, kind of make it like if you squint and tilt your head, like, yeah, kind of looks like Hot Bolt, I guess.
決勝とやらに参加する連中は、もう私が全部見ているのでしょ
I mean, as long as it's
その
like
中に規制隊はいなかった。
unidentifiable, that's good too. Like legitimate, like strategies for, counterintelligence, you know. If you just fucking throw a bunch of gobbledygook on there and you can't tell what's what, works.
だが、予備機まで調査して標的を発見できずとなれば、お前の目が幻惑されているとでも考える他に解釈の術がない。
Not without precedence either.
どこかに隠されている剣があるのかも。
可能性としては否定しな
Just
い。
in the walls.
だが、銀星号が力を求めるものを選んで卵を与えていると言ったのはお前だ。どんな理由があるにせよ、サーキット上で何もせず隠れているような武者が選ばれるとは
Unless
考
they're
え
like
がたい。
really playing the long
参
game.
加選手の方が可能性はある。
Muramasa groans, sounding no less reluctant than before. It is only human to allow emotion to get the better of intellect from time to time. But then, Muramasa is a Tsurugi.
聞き分けろ。
子供をしつけるみたいに言わないで。あなたをそそのかした誰かはまがいものを用意するって言ったんでしょ。ならそれを借りればいいじゃないの。
I'm surprised. I did not think that Muramasa would be this stubborn. The idea of being used as a racing crux must truly be repugnant. Well, you can't really fight in a racer. Not that I'm unsympathetic. In a sense, it's rather like sticking a katana in a wooden frame and using it as a baseball bat. That's a pretty good analogy. However,
ふざけているのか、村正。
冗談よ。わかってる。他に方法はないんでしょ。ならそうするまでよ。それが私の役目なんだから。
it'd probably be a pretty shit bat, though. You know, most bats have like a cork core or something. You know, solid metal. I don't think. I think that'd be counterproductive. I'm not 100% sure about like the science of what makes a good bat, but it's supposed to like not be solid all the way through.
そうだ。分かっているならいい。
Otherwise, it's just a club. Of course, there's still a chance we might not have to enter the race. If we find the target in one of the remaining garages, things would be much simpler.
あとはどこが残っていたでしょうか。
お待ちくださいませ。田村だけでございますね。一番遠かったので後回しにしておりました。
参りますの？
はい。低いですが、
Mm-hmm.
田村の予備機にも可能性はあります。
Don't put much stock in it. Why would Seiko choose a spare over that metallic blue monster? Still, that's no reason not to be circumspect.
そろそろ0時を回
Might
りま
jump
す
to
ね。
another place. I'm like, what are you gonna do to that machine when you get in there? Hello?
髪とお肌の具合が心配です。徹夜は良くないって言いますもの。
チャラチャラしたもんだな。
Only the pretty ones.
GHQ の大尉さんは。
そういうあなただって毎日手入れはしているのでしょ？
It's called
こ
being
んな
young.
白くてプニプニしてて羨ましいってね。
Yeah, it's either a coin flip though when you're young. Either you're just like oily and pizza face, or you look fine.
触るな、つまむな。つうか、私はそんなかったるいことはしてね
It's like the meme of like girls with like all their, you know, hair and fucking skin products, and then it goes to like my boyfriend slash husband wiping down his face with a towel he just used to clean his balls, and it's like Squidward model or whatever.
嘘。
本当だよ。なんで銃がこっち向くんだ。
お嬢様、お気を確かに。
Mhm.
認めがたいことですが、時としてこのような方は存在するのです。本当に認めたくはありませんが、いるものはいるのです。
Damn, sounds like you have eating at you a bit too.
仕方がないのです。
ナチュラルバーンフレックス。
化け物呼ばわりかよ。こんなつまんねえことで。
People with rough skin, that too.
綾音様も口
Fortunately,
に
my
はお気を
complexion's
つけよ
really good. I only have like a couple freckles on my
障子
face.
に目あり。
They come out a
い
bit
つの
more
間
when
にか
I
多大
when I
な
tan
敵
in
を
the
作っ
summer.
ているやもしれません。
But like I have like no blemishes. I like occasionally get like a pimple, but it's like just like a whitehead where it's like, oh, pop. You know, you wake up with it, you look at it, you're like, oh, gross. Take a shower, come out, doop, and then you know by the time you're at work, it's like gone. Like not even like red in store. It's just like, huh, weird. I suppose it is a bit late to be dragging a woman around.
タイ殿、お先に宿舎へ戻られては。
あらあら、影焼様、私の美容にお気を使ってくださるなんて嬉しいです。
Yeah, because you don't want to, say this out loud, but man, you really need to get your beauty rest. Looking at you.
でもご心配なく、今のはほんの冗談ですの。私だってお肌の出来には自信がありますもの。この通り、影焼様、触ってくださってもよろしゅうございましてよ。
任務中ですので、お気持ちだけいただきます。
Despite my protest, an arm is already firmly ensconced? Okay. My arm is already firmly ensconced within her bosom.
てめえ
見事な仕掛け技でございます、お嬢様。そう、ナチュラルな魅力で迫る年下系ヒロインに対抗して色気でいく年上系。
No, in this case,
それ
the
こ
weight
そが
on your
正しいあり
chest.
方というもの。まあ大抵の場合、そうした年上系は序盤をリードするものの、最後には逆転負けを喫すると相場
The
が決まっている
insurmountable
のですけ
figure
れ
of
ども。
youth.
皆まで言わなくってもよくってよ、バーヤ。
Better
既
than
成事実
endurance
ね。
match.
既成事実があれば勝てるのね。
面白い夢空間行ってんじゃねえぞ腐れ山。とっとと離れやがれ。港さん嫌がってるだろうが。
あら、誰がそんなことを言ったのかしら。ねえ、影焼様。私と
What,
一緒
bicycle
に
love? Is that
愛
like
の自転車、人
is
生
that
バラ
like
色号
the
に
the
二人乗
exercise
りして
bike from It's Always
新
Sunny?
たな未来へ漕ぎ出してくださる
Like
で
a
しょ。
two-seater version of that?
いいえ、
ほらご覧なさい。
そりゃ私のセリフだ。
A stupendous fast kick slices through the air, and suddenly the captain vanishes from behind me. The thwack I hear makes me reluctant to turn around.
自転車の二人乗りは交通法規に抵触します。
Oh yeah,
How you
you're a
doing?
cop. Technically.
おそうございますよ、港様。
Yep, and only the little sister character is allowed to sit, on the luggage rack on the back. As is tradition, it is law. I'm aware. The captain picks herself up and rejoins us, wiping her mouth with the back of her hand.
見事な蹴りでしたよ、一条さん。うっかり走馬灯を見てしまうところでした。
She grins menacingly.
そのまま帰ってこなけりゃいいもんを。渋ってえ甘だな。
今度はこちらから参りましょう。受けていただけるかしら。
検討か
Yeah,
笑
what,
わせやが
you
る。
think I'm just gonna let you hit me?
来い。
では侍従殿、
Yeah, okay, bye.
自分は田村のガレージを見てまいります。
あ、行ってらっしゃいまし。
I take the trailer's handle and begin heading in the direction of the garage. Shouldn't be far. After a few steps, however, I come to a stop.
おや、いかがされましたか？
いえ、今、
Saw several men rush through the intersection a few meters ahead. If I'm not mistaken, they were wearing masks, and crude ones at that. They looked for all the world like a group of bank robbers in the middle of a heist. I recall Ichijo's remarks from earlier this evening. Some strange men were roaming the halls. They seemed dangerous, like they were out for blood. I call up a map of the area in my head. The hallway they just ran down leads to
港様？
あら、
the Tamura garage. There's no time to dig Muramasa out of the trailer. For better or worse, though, her assistance shouldn't be necessary. This is a more mundane sort of danger, which is not to say that the threat isn't real. There's not a moment to waste. I take off running. 3 pairs of footsteps follow behind me. Wait, I hear a fourth, approaching from a side passage.
あなたは
こんなこともあるんでないのって思ってね。ちょっくら張り込んだりしてたわけだけど、いやはやなんつうか期待を裏切らない展開じゃない。
Well, things always get exciting the night before a big event.
ぜひ裏切ってほしいものでしたが、
Passions are running hot. I'm running at full sprint, yet Liger keeps her pace with me effortlessly. Her speed far surpasses what I would expect, given her diminutive frame. Perhaps she's had some sort of training. Tamura's garage appears ahead. From within, I can already hear noises that no maintenance work should produce. Shelves and equipment crash into the ground, hard, blunt objects smashing into soft screams. We exchange a brief glance, and leap into the fray. I assess the situation rapidly. 5, 6, 7 masked men. 4 are attacking the crew, while 3 head for another target. Looks like the team was taking a nap. Bad luck. No, luck has nothing to do with it. The attackers were doubtless waiting for this very opportunity. Many of the crew are lying defenseless, still disoriented from the sudden assault. The group of 3's target, Oji Misao, is just sitting up from her cot in the corner of the garage. The assailants are armed with metal pipes. Crude, but effective. Do I have my metal pipe with me? Where is it? I think it might be in my car. I have my club, though. The club I got at a Renaissance fair, like when I was in high school. I volunteered because I was in the Boy Scouts and I needed to volunteer for a merit badge. So I bought this club. It's a nice big, like, it's like, how big is this? About 3 feet. What's the weight on this? Probably like somewhere between 5 to 10 pounds. I think the guy who made it, it's like an oak support beam from an old house that has been whittled down into the shape of a club, and it has a bunch of like bolt heads on on the hitting surface of it. So it would do some fucking nasty work. Like, I think I'll just like drop it on my desk from like a foot up and just like listen to the gathunk. Yeah, don't want to get that on your head. You know, just keep that next to my desk, just in case.
警察は全員静止
At the sound of my roar, all movement in the garage ceases for a fraction of a second. Only the Tom or crewmen, however, remain still for longer than that. The masked men immediately resume their assault. Enfeebled as they are, the police still possess some authority. One would expect criminals who have been caught in the act to show at least a modicum of hesitation. To be so bold, these men must be backed by some group whose authority exceeds that of the police. In addition, the primary target is clearly the pilot, the heart of any racing team. Taken together, these facts can only mean that they were sent by. Liger lunges ahead, aiming for the men at the head of the pack, the one closest to Oji Misao. The moment of stillness brought by my shout is enough for her to close the range. The question is how she will subdue her target, but I can't worry about that now. I just have to trust that she knows what she's doing. My responsibility is to deal with the remaining 2. As I move to strike, I hear an angry shout from my rear. Ichijo's voice. I made it in time. I step in against my first enemy. When the target is moving away from you, blunt strikes to the back tend to be ineffective. I aim for the side, a hooking punch to the liver. No, course correction. This target must fall with a single blow. Are you gonna get him in the neck? Fucking, I don't know, the leg? Kick him in the dick? I drive my fist into his armpit like a railroad spike. Oh. Man goes down without a cry, spitting foam as he crumples against the man next to him. Really? I mean, getting hit in the armpit would fucking suck. You know, that's like, big artery runs down there. Pressure point. Wouldn't feel good, but to like one and done ya? If his comrade is surprised by this, it is only for a heartbeat. He tosses his unconscious ally aside and continues towards his original target. Impressive dedication, to be sure. If that heartbeat is enough, my attack will reach him before he can strike. I plant my left leg and throw a roundhouse with my right. His decision to pursue the objective instead of responding to my threat necessarily leaves him wide open to my kick. It plows into his side, collapsing flesh all the way to his spine. For an instant, the man seems to stand motionless. Then, like a coiled spring released from its catch, he then flies to the nearby wall. It seems safe to assume that he won't be able to accomplish his nefarious purpose. My view is now unobstructed by enemies. I catch sight of the young racer with whom I spoke the day before.
あなたは
I lower my right leg. then pivot upon it to scan the area. First person I see is... Well, I know there's no point going for Chachamaru. From my understanding, her route only unlocks after doing, you know, Kaine and Ichijo, so... Threaten a save, nonetheless. The hem of a dress whips through the air, and from beneath emerges the barrel of a familiar rifle. Shadow of Warnings works its way up my throat, but too slow. It won't reach her in time. There's no guarantee that a bullet will strike its intended target, especially in a melee such as this. Can't imagine that she would forget something so obvious, but... The man standing before her freezes. The police authority is powerless against him. The threat of a bullet cannot be ignored. The barrel stabs towards him, then turns away. The weapon aims at the floor. Next, the captain's left hand grips it at the muzzle, followed by her right. Oh, she's just gonna fucking swing it like a club? Now I realize her intent. Come to think of it, there's another way to use a rifle. She brandishes the firearm over her head like an axe, then brings it down with crushing force. The butt of the rifle meets the man's forehead with a sickening thud. His eyes roll back in his skull, then he topples like a felled tree. The dull sound of his body hitting the floor heralds the captain's victory.
お粗末様でした。
Yeah, if it works, it works.
お見事でございます。
A lady of high society bludgeoning a man with a rifle. It's something from an avant-garde painting. I pull my attention away from her and back to the task at hand. Right now, every second is worth more than a mountain of gold. Situation. There were 7 enemies. I see 6 of them down. That leaves 1 more. To my right, Misao's mouth is wide open, as if to scream. Where the sound makes it past her lips, I follow her gaze to the rear of the garage. The last attacker's there, charging towards a large rectangular crate. In his hand is something small, ovoid, like a pineapple. A grenade. Pulls his arm back, preparing to throw. Buddy, we are in an enclosed concrete space. Do you know how grenades work? You're gonna fucking kill us all. That shrapnel is gonna bounce everywhere. I realize that the target is in the Tsurugi case, on the other side of the name Avenger. Misao leaps up and runs towards the man, but I seize her from behind and drag her to the floor. She struggles against me. I hold her down, covering her body with my own. It's too late. Distance, time, position, every factor points to the same conclusion. If she tries to stop what is about to happen, she'll only succeed in becoming a casualty. Let me! Her back cries into my chest. I ignore it. As we writhe on the floor, the masked man lobs the grenade at the case. For an instant, I'm back in the jungle, huddled in a foxhole with my rifle in my hands. It's a distant memory, a vision of a world lost to madness and terror. I know this cloying scent all too well. Back then, it was the air I breathed. The smoke thins. Fragments of something lie scattered across the floor. I feel the body beneath me rigid with understanding and despair. The enemy soldier lifts his hands triumphantly, his eyes narrowed in joy above his mask. I leap up. Perhaps I also give voice to a howl of grief. Perhaps I am mistaking someone else's voice for my own. The man sees me, turns to flee. I catch him. First, through the solar plexus. Fist, not first. Fist. The man drops, vomiting bile. And so the battle comes to a close. Most of the attackers are unconscious, and the rest are in no condition to talk. It'll be a while before we can get anything out of them. 3 crewmen suffered injuries, all light. Someone's already brought out a first aid kit. Shouldn't take long for them to patch themselves up, but I doubt they'll offer the kit to those in more dire need of it afterwards. I wouldn't ask them to. The sound of sobbing reaches my ears. No words to answer it. I've seen firsthand the love Misao bore for the crux called Avenger, and I know the reason for its strength. Even those who do not are equally speechless. Ichijo is staring at the floor, wearing as grim an expression as I have ever seen on her face. If her frustration continues to mount, I fear she will soon bite through her lower lip. I have to calm her before that happens. Captain Otori, meanwhile, staring at the barrel of her rifle like a priest who bitterly regrets abandoning her life as a killer. Miss Nagakura stands silently beside her. Liger is kneeling beside the destroyed crux, examining some of the wreckage. I can't tell what she's thinking.
くそ。
Ichijo hisses. Perhaps seeking an outlet for her anger, she shoots a glare at the masked men still groaning on the floor. If she were capable of venting her anger on these men as they lie helpless, Ichijo would doubtless have an easier time in life. Alas, she's not so indulgent. She soon averts her gaze.
こいつら、やっぱり。
口にするのも野暮なお話なのでしょうね。黄金の翼で圧倒的な王座に君臨するつもりが何の間違いでか青い牙に尻尾へ食いつかれている。
だからってこれはルール違反。っていうか、それ以前の問題じゃねえか。
Well, unless they're like, you know, on their
逮捕できないんで
coats,
す
you
か？
know, they're wearing the team jersey, you know, and got their, you know, their team passes on them for, you know, working in the garage. You know, plausible deniability. I mean, you probably are going to arrest them, though. Like, assaults, you could probably throw attempted murder in there because, you know, they had a grenade. I don't know if it's enough to be terrorism. Probably not. But, was it like possession of like a controlled explosive device or whatever? You know, you can hit them with some stuff. Doesn't take much imagination to understand what all of them encompasses in this context, nor is it difficult to reach the answer. It's not I who voices it, however.
無駄だろうね。
Yep. Liger stands, having finished her inspection.
連中が脳みそのつもりでナッツミルクを頭に入れてる甘味過剰のおバカでなけりゃ人の手配の段階から専門の業者に頼んでるだろ。鎌倉にはその手のは5万とい
Multiple degrees
る
of
し。
separation. She continues, managing to shrug and smirk at the same time.
自分らはただどっかの安っぽい飲み屋でたまたま隣り合わせた誰かにこんなことがあったらいいなっつう希望を聞かせただけ。そういうシステムになってんのね。10円かけてもいいけどこいつらには何も立証できないよ。せいぜいがこいつらの親分止まり。
Do be like that
そこから
sometimes.
先はゴリ夢中。
Ichijo kicks the floor viciously, though I can't tell if her anger is with Liger herself or with what she said. Either way, Liger is right. It is unlikely that we'll get any names out of these men, or that their testimony would be any use in court if we did. With the shogunate lurking in the shadows at Shokyo's back, and this goes double if they decide to step out into the light, the last thing we can hope for is a fair trial, if we even make it to a trial to begin with. I do intend to arrest these men for the crimes, but I'm not optimistic that they'll remain in jail for long. Of course, one can make the argument that they, at least, have already received fair punishment. A man appears beside me, his thin face expressionless. Oji Sukura. He hasn't come for my sake, obviously, but for his daughter, who quivers on the floor like a dying bird. He looks down at her, perhaps searching for the right words.
お父さん。
They, too, can find nothing to say. At length, words. Suguru, there we go. I got dyslexic for a moment and it was trying to do like Sulugu. I'm like, no, that's not his name. Turns to me. Must have decided I'd be easier to talk to.
港さんでよろしかったですね。
ええ。到着が遅れ。
とんでもない。あなた方のおかげで救われました。
Yeah, as long as my daughter's still
もっとお礼を言
alive,
ったものか。
you know, I can keep pimping her out to the execs to get whatever I want, so thanks, bud.
あちらのご婦人方も警察の？
Yeah.
Huh.
It's kind of complicated. A non-answer. I trail off. My assortment of companions is rather difficult to explain. Seems to take my silence as embarrassment. Something resembling a smile appears on his lips.
あなたには特に感謝します。見ていました。あなたがいなければ、ミサオはあの爆風に巻き込まれていたでしょう。同じチームの人間として。無論、まず父親として。港さん、ありがとうございます。
I think it was insured, right? You guys have like good team insurance? He bows deeply. I don't know what to say. I didn't expect him to be so calm. Surely his attachment to his creation was no less than his daughter's.
危うく取り返しのつかぬ
The
ことになる
composure
と
that
ころ
comes
でし
with
た。
age, I guess.
その点に関してはやはり我々は間に合わなかったようです。
I survey the pieces of the white crux scattered across the garage. There's no time to repair it, if it can even be repaired. Tamura could enter with a spare crux. How far will that take them? Moreover, who will pilot it? Who will pilot it? Words, they're hard. With the girl weeping on the floor after covered by mourning? And then it hits me. Something is off about the image feeding into my brain.
白い
Yeah,
破片
Avenger's color scheme was brilliant blue. There may have been white parts somewhere, but not this many.
我々は救われました。あなた方に。ええ。
王子氏
I look into his eyes, which I've been avoiding this whole time. Not just calm, positively mischievous. Now, you saw this coming?
どうしても勝ちたい勝負で勝てないかもしれない相手がいる。
確かにね。本場じゃわりかし茶飯事らしいよ。そういうのも。
The young VIP shakes her head and laughs. She pieces things together herself, it seems.
狙われるのはレーサーとクルス。特に後者だ。なんせ自力じゃ逃げられないし、大きく
Cut
て
some
重くて
lines,
目
slash
立っ
some
てかさばれ。
tires, bend some
ルール無
rods.
視の連中にすりゃ狙いやすい。だから、
収納の際にはあらかじめすり替えておく。向こうでは当然すぎてむしろ使われないほどの防御策です。この国ではまだ有効でよかった。
I looked at the corner of the room farthest from the destroyed crux. There sits a plain wooden box about the same size as the case that read Avenger. Looks like it could be used to store dirty laundry.
お父さん。
Isao stopped crying. She looks up at her father, a question in her eyes. In answer, he walks over to the box.
ああ。
あらあら。
まあまあ。
Ichijo looks somewhat deflated. The violent rage that threatened to consume her suddenly spinning its wheels. The Yatori pair, meanwhile, look on in admiration and quiet amusement. Suguru lifts the lid and sticks his hand inside. And then, with an almost disappointing lack of fanfare, a glittering blue helmet appears before her eyes. It's a different emotion that renders Misao speechless now. She gazes upon her undamaged partner, the blood of a racer stirring within her once more.
壊させなどしない。このアベンジは決して。
では破壊されたのは
予備機です。これはこれで損失ですが、
Yep,
取り返しのつかないものではありません。
company gets their money. Judging by the color and shape, it was likely a Thunderbolt, the successor to Hot Bolt. Misao has piloted one in numerous races. I breathe a sigh.
手間が省けてしまいましたね。
全くです。
粋な覆面姿のお歴々にはお礼を述べておきましょうか。どうも聞いていただける状況にないのが残念でございますが。
Thanks to their efforts, you no longer have to check Tamura's spare crux. You'd only ask Muramasa whether Kinsego's signature is still present. Although, it will have vanished if indeed the Thunderbolt was infected. I don't believe for a second that it was, however. Kinsego's eggs bestow upon their host a fragment of Muramasa's power. It seems ludicrous that such a Tsurugi could be destroyed by a mere grenade. So it is decided then. I'll be participating in the final race of the Yamato Grand Prix.
確か そんな夢を抱いて眠ったことがある。だがまさか今さら。
Getting butterflies, little sweaty hands. My childhood dream to have come true after all these years. Truly, you never know what life will throw at you.
お父さん
After a few moments staring at the ceiling while I process things, I lower my gaze just in time to see Misao leap into her father's
すま
arms.
ないなミサオ、不安にさせて。お前にも教えてやれればよかったんだが、こういうことはこっそりやら
You
ない
say
と
that
意味
after
がない。
her executive meetings too?
よかったよかった
As I watch the two embrace, I feel something akin to relief. Whatever happens tomorrow, we protected something today. That is a good thing, surely, especially when compared to the alternative.
ミサオ、お前も言ったように、この機体はお父さんの全てだ。1分25秒13。
I mean, it's clearly a lap time, but
ヌボラーリン
そうだ。昨年この鎌倉サーキットの落成式典に招かれた世界最速の男。
okay.
6年連続欧州統一王者ヌボラーリが叩き出した記
I
録だ。
completely forget what her best time was yesterday.
僕はあの領域に挑む。世界の頂を望んで果たせなかった過去に逆襲する。小強のおもちゃなど敵とは思わない。僕が狙うのは世界の最高峰だけ。
Yeah, you're gonna blow past him anyway. Don't even think about him. Don't
そ
even
の
look in
た
the
め
rear
のアベ
view.
ンジ。そのためのお前だ。お前たちは僕が必ず守る。
お父さん
だから超えてみせてくれ。世界の極限を僕のアベンジを果たしてくれ。
Alright, well, good.
Miso.
Nice way to make everything about you.
はいお父さん明日必ず勝ちます。
あ
Conquer the world. That is why racers devote themselves to speed. Faster they fly, and faster still, seeking to leave all else behind them, to stand at the top, alone and untouchable. Those who have abandoned this dream gaze from the stands at those who still chase it, entrusting their lost ambition to the fading backs of those valiant warriors. But the distance between them only grows. I was right. I'm not fit to be a racer. Somewhere along the line, I forgot the dream that was so much a part of my childhood. The dream of a world all my own. Uh-oh, that's the bad meter. That's the meter when it gets filled, bad things happen.
ヤマト初アーマーレース国内統一選
Of course you
手
would be
権
fucking
ヤマト
MCing.
グランプリ決勝まで勝ち残った20のチームそして彼らの戦いを見るために詰めかけた観
Early
客席
giving
の
the,
人
you
々
know,
マロがなぜこの大会
I
を
forget
開
what
い
it's
た
called,
か
but like
教えま
the
しょう
speech leading up to the event.
ビーよマロは美しいものを見たいのよ強いものは美しい巧みなものは美しい賢いものは美しいそして速いものも美しい風すらも置き去りにしてひたむきに駆け抜ける姿はただそれだけで目を奪われる美しさに満ち満ちているその美しさの極限はどこ決まっているわ
So
それ
what's
は
what's
最
the
も
prize
速いもの
for first place in this race?
最も速いものは最
I'll probably
も
mention
美
it,
しい
but you know, I
マ
brain
ロは
dumped
その
it.
勇姿を見るためにヤマトグランプリを開催したのよ
I've been huffing like, you know, burning tin fumes most of the week.
いい
So
わね
I don't got
あな
much
たたち
knocking around in my head.
選ばれし20の騎手最高の美を見せなさいここにヤマトグランプリ決勝戦の開始を宣言する
Woo!
ね 程よい感じにナチュラルジャンキーな開会挨拶でした。ありがとうございます。決勝開始までもう間もなく、司会と解説は私弾丸ライガーがお送りします。
なんでよ。
放送席で
You
大
always,
声
you
出
always
すなよ
need
て
two.
ば
Two commentators is best, you know, really bounce off each other.
誰が決まったか。司会も解説もマロの手配した人間がちゃんといるはずでしょ。なんであんたなの。
あいつら腹痛で休み。賞味期限の切れた牛乳なんて飲むから。
牛乳。
いや、ここんとこ伊豆高原の牛乳の売れ行きが悪くてさ、蝦夷さんに押され気味で、うちの蔵にもだいぶ余ってんだよね。ヨーグルトになりかけのとかバター風味のとか。
Ugh.
あんたが飲ませたんじゃないの。
さあ、各チームとも現在ピットで気候準備に余念がありません。ミスは許されない。
Or so when you
戦い
find
は
like
す
a
でに
carton
始ま
of
ってい
milk
る。
that's like has like less than like a tenth in there, you know, just like that like half an inch on the bottom, but you know it's got pushed to the back of the fridge by like you stuffing everything else in there, and then you find it and it's like, oh man, this thing it's like fucking round. This carton of milk, it's like turned into a sphere, and it's like I'm afraid to see what's in here, so you just pick it up and you shake it back and forth, and it instead of making milk sounds, it just goes like schluck to one side, and then it's like, ugh. It's like I'm not gonna open this. Just in the trash it goes immediately outside.
ではここで最速を争う20チームを順々に紹介していきましょう。まずはポールポジション。小京ワークス3条7機種。機体は黄金の翼のウルティマシュール。機種はガチンコ最強と知る人ぞ知る車5。昨日の本予選では機体名に恥じぬ凄まじい走りを見せてくれました。まさにアーマーレースの覇王。圧倒的なパワーでこの決勝も制することができるか。
そうね。
I mean, maybe the plot.
今のところ
but-
はここが一番期待できるかしら。ともすれば俗っぽい黄金の
Okay,
翼
receives.
全国制覇の息の表れと思えば悪くなくってよ。美しく戦いなさい。その黄金が
Yeah, I think gold's kind of
めっきと
garish.
笑われないようにね。
続いて田村ワークス田村ファイティングファクトリー。機体は青く輝くアベンジ。機種は悲運の天才の血を受け継ぐ王子ミサオ。
Hey man, don't call him ill-fated.
こちらの機体も小京ウルティマと同様、昨日が初登場。驚天動地の爆走でした。あれはこの青いクルスの性能を限界まで出し切った結果か、それともさらに先があるのか。
And one way to find out. Someone messaging me. Yeah, but I'll ignore it. It's nothing important.
せめてまぐれではないことを期待するわ。決勝をつまらない勝負にはしてほしくないもの。
It's hard for something like that to be a fluke. It's not like that, God, what was it? Fucking the Mario speed run where, you know, solar radiation fucking hit the cartridge in just the right way that it flipped, you know, one fucking character of binary from like a 0 to a 1, which caused a glitch and let them like bypass some fucking shit. Like it's not that. I don't think anyway.
限界を極めなさい。その青いボディにかけて。
おっと開始が近いようです。巻いていきましょう。3番手シーサイドバーサーカ
Yeah, I
ー
don't
ズ。
care
ここ
about
は
any
ア
of
ソ
these
シエ
other
イブル
moves.
のセミワークスです。機体は新鋭機レーシング 10CX。 奥の手スリッパークラッチは果たして効果を発揮するのか。
ここの機体はデザイン面であまり冒険してないわね。
Well, you know,
性能の
sometimes
高さは
you know,
認めるけど。
an orthodox design is, you know, the standard for a reason.
4番手は横タンワークス。機体は世界を取った名機ハウンドの発展系スーパーハウンド。
You're really going through all 20 of
この
these.
機体からベルト駆動へ転向。チェーンの小強シャフトの田村に対して優位を示したいところだが、
相変わらず不格好はつらがないね。でも速さは正義ね。世界の頂点に立つための姿がこれだというなら貫き通しなさい。
続いてはベルトの本家ヒラゴーワークス。新型機セクシーを投入して5番グリッドを確保。
That's the name they went with?
その異様なほど滑らかな走りには定評あり。しかしセクシーってなんだ。
この会社のネーミングセンスは時々よくわからないわね。
6番手鎌倉松井。フラッグシップザ・芸者に試作品とおぼしき部品を積み込んでの登場だ。 ここもさ、どうしてこう毎度大和マニアの外国人がつけたみたいなネーミングなんだ。
そういう人が担当なんでしょ。
7番手月光ワークス期待ジェントルダッシ
That's more of like a racing horse's name?
ュ。はーい。
いつの間にか面白ネーミング選手権になってるんじゃないでしょうね、この大会。
My God, that's over.
では11番グリッド観光庁代表ポリスチーム。機体は予選で破損したホットボルトに代わり、その独自アレンジバージョン
Drum roll, please.
ホットドッグだ。てめえもかおい。
それあんたがご利用して突っ込んだ機体と機種でしょうが。
No, that doesn't look too
あ
bad.
の名前。
Muramasa grumbles as we take our position on the starting grid.
いや、お前の階層に手一杯で名前を考えている暇が。
What's that say on the cod piece there? Dort Vanguard? I don't know, I can't read that. Hopefully we'll get a better shot. The feel of my armor is still a little unsettling. I haven't had time to get used to the newly added dead weight. I have little doubt that Muramasa feels even more uncomfortable than I do.
それにこれはこれで一応れっきとした由緒を持つ名前ではある。
いい加減なこと言わないの。私が無知だと思って。
本当なんだが。
I keep my protest to a whisper. That's not to further agitate Muramasa's already frayed nerves. Her sense of duty is likely the only thing keeping her from shattering at a pure embarrassment. I scan the area. We're receiving a lot of stares from the pit. Some interested, some suspicious. I suppose their disguise can't fool a trained mechanic's eye. Even if they can't unequivocally declare Muramasa Shinichi without seeing us up close, they can certainly speculate. We better vanish as soon as the race is over. Tamura's Avenger is also garnering its share of curiosity, though some of those stares carry a different emotion, namely those coming from Shokyo's pit. I sense confusion and distress among them. Of course, last night's attack is not public knowledge. We reported it to the racing authorities, but they've done nothing. So, these must be people who knew of it beforehand. The explosion would have been audible throughout the paddock. I can imagine them cheering as soon as it sounded, believing their plan a success. It's no wonder, then, that they would be shaken by the sight of the Blue Avenger standing unharmed like an invincible titan. The Golden-Winged Ultima, however, does not appear to share his teammates' anxiety. He's already come to terms with his rival's presence, or was he kept in the dark all along? Either way, he is already deep in his own world of speed, as are the other racers. I'm the only one who can afford to pay attention to anything but the course ahead. Once again, I'm reminded how out of place I am here. But there's nothing I can do about that. My goal is not the same as theirs. They have come to vie for the title of fastest, while I am here to subdue, or slay, one of their number. I'm an outsider through and through.
村正、気配はどうだ。
相変わらず強く感じる。でも、方向距離はやっぱりわ
The
からない。
fucking scanners are useless.
そうか。
Has to be shielded somehow. Best to assume that one of these 20 finalists, no, 19, excluding me, is our target. It could be any of them.
不可時期は。
もしかしたら
Oh, fuck.
今この瞬間にも
And this nice big packed
正
stadium.
直そうならないのが不思議なくらいに揺れている。今日という日が昨日と呼ばれる頃までは決して持たないでしょうね。覚悟しておいて、ミド。
Well, it's gonna end today at least.
心得た。
So the egg will hatch today. And the final, most likely. I must have let my guard down for a second.
さあ、すべてのアーマーレーサーがスターティンググリッドに揃った。いよいよスタートです。全機種全艦種スタートランプに注目を。あれが青になった瞬間だ。ヤマト最速を決する勝負が今火蓋を切る。
Woo! Racing. Oh, I love going to the races. Woo.
各機一斉に飛び出した。群れをなしてホームストレートを駆け抜けていく。危険だ。クラッシュの発生率は今この瞬間が最も高い。
Yeah, they all just got like big old fucking jet turbines on the back, huh?
13番浮いた。
Whoa!
直撃。接触を避けようと無理な機種転換を行った13番チーム沢田浮いてしまった。コースアーチに激突。
That's a pretty nasty explosion right
直ち
there.
に救助が行われます。
無様ね。翼の扱いを知らない鳥は落ちて当然よ。
吹き飛んだアーチの修復も手早く行われております。この辺りはさすが熟練のスタッフ。仕事に無駄がない。一方レースは
Well, that's one down.
第一コーナー
At
へ
least,
突入。
at least we're not gonna finish 20 out of 20.
状況ウルチマ。
At least with a couple DNFs in there, you know, it's not gonna look too bad on paper.
続いて横田、田村、松井にアソシ。あとは団子だ。最後尾はポリスチーム。さあこの順位最初のコーナーを抜けてどう変化する。
I suppose this was to be expected.
足の性能が違いすぎるな。
Yeah, you're a bit bulky, ain't ya? It is an undeniable truth that Kazuuchi are inferior to Shinuchi. Put in numeric terms, if the maximum potential of a Shinuchi is 10 points, the maximum potential of a Kazuuchi is no more than 10. I mean, is no more than 8. However, a racing crux is free to devote all 8 of its points to speed and maneuverability, whereas Shinuchi must distribute its points between mobility and combat capabilities. Things are not... Ugh, I'm getting disorientated by the fucking screen. Things are not quite this clear-cut in real-life situations, of course, but the fact remains that there is a marked difference in performance between Muramasa and the rest of the Tsurugi on the track.
かけっこで勝つのが目的じゃないでしょ。いいじゃない別に。
その通りだが、あまり遅れるようだと不都合が生じる。
The farther we are from the rest of the pack, the longer it will take to respond to the egg hatching. And when the egg hatches, the infected Tsurugi will instantly become a copy of Ginseiko. Ginseiko's mere presence causes death and destruction. Each second wasted could result in countless victims. If possible, I would like to remain within reach of at least the low
ポ
rankers.
リスチームがコーナーを曲がる。なんというか堅実な機構だ。
何あれ。クルスの性能も機種の力量も凡庸。見るべき点がないわね。
Just wait till like fucking fists are flying. Now then we'll get to show our stuff. It's just my imagination? I feel something prickly emanating from Muramasa's armor.
ウルティマがスプーンカーブを抜ける。どうやら頭一つ抜き出た。続く集団はスーパーハウンド、レーシング10、アベンジの3強。激しいつばぜり合い。松井はやや遅れたか。
おおむね順当な展開ね。さあこれからどうなるかしら。
Yeah, who's gonna get worn out? Who's gonna slip up next?
港さん頑張って。
Hey man, he's just trucking in the back. Just gotta make sure it doesn't get lapped. Or, well, you might want to get lapped, actually, if his goal is to get close to the rest of the racers.
ねえ、レーサークルスの足にドラコで挑むというのは
無駄でございます。
Yeah, you just put a
例
fucking
えるなら
Humvee
そ
on
う
a
鳥
NASCAR
と
track.
魚の競争とでも申しましょうか。
比べようがねえだろそれ。
I mean, maybe the fish is like a tuna.
つまりはそういうことでございます。世界が違うのですよ、あやね様。
くそー。じゃあこのままか。悔しいな。
I mean, someone else could have like a mechanical failure and they could, drop back and you could,
まあな、お忘れな
pass him,
く
overtake him.
影明様の私どもの目的は別にあるんですのよ。
はい。レース参加はあくまで方便でございます。
そりゃ分かってるけどさ。
I mean,
な
yeah,
んか
cool
見
if
て
you
ると
did.
こ
But don't
う
like it.
熱が入るんだよ。
Sorry, I'm eating some fruit chews. Organics. Spark Organics.
お
made
気
with
持ちはよくわかり
real
ます。
fruit juice
港
or
様
whatever.
ご自身がその熱に流
It's like
されねばいい
Starburst,
の
but
で
like
すが。
if they were chewier, which I like, because Starbursts are kind of hard. These they're like real soft.
あの方なら
They're
大丈夫で
expensive
し
though.
ょ
It's like $5 for like a bag, and not like a big bag. Like imagine like one of those like movie theater bags.
ちょっとするけど、
One of those like $5.
そういう港さ。
Actually, I think it was 6 actually. It was like $5.99.
さようでございますね。
わかりました。お任せなさい。今から私が愛のエナジーを送ります。
Hit him with a love beam.
おい、いきなり微妙なこと言い出してんだけど。
微妙というか完全アウトでございますね。
No,
どうか放っておいてやってくださいませ。
she's just got parts
白く
fucking
柔ら
rattling
かい
around
壁
in
に
her
囲まれ
case.
た密室の中で暮らす
Like my
方々を見るような感じで。
Yeah, I don't have a rack to put my SSDs, so I just have it fucking hanging off a SATA cable just in my case.
こういう時、窮地にある男にどう
It's
しよ
not
う
like
と
it
するのは
matters.
女の愛情。燃え盛る思い
You
を
know,
影
if it
さ
was a
まを
hard
先に狂わ
disk,
せ、逆転の道を開きます。
I'd at least like
私の愛。
zip tie it down so it'd be steady, but you know, solid state drive, I don't gotta worry about it fucking knocking around.
ポップコーン食う？
ありがたくいただきます。いや、懐かしゅうございますね。私めの若い頃はこういうものもなかなか珍しく。
I bought a hot air popper, you know, a little bit ago, and I got like a 10-pound, you know, container of like kernels. I usually eat it just plain, maybe like with a little bit of salt. I don't really do the butter on it. Mainly because I don't want to go through all my butter just like making popcorn and then like do the math and be like, man, this week I totally just ate an entire stick of butter just like, you know, drizzled on popcorn. That doesn't make it any better, but just like watching the stick go from like full to like 7/8, you know, like a quarter, half, well, 3/4, half, get it all the way until it's nothing. It's like, yeah, I probably should cut down on that now. We rounded the S curve at a leisurely pace. So far, I managed to stay on the course. Not that that's anything to be proud of. I lack the training that allows armor racers to balance speed and control on the circuits, so I'm merely sacrificing the former for the latter. I can understand how the spectators would be disappointed, but there's nothing I can do about that. I'll have to be satisfied with the real racers. The top 5 are now almost half a lap ahead of us, and gaining. Both the Golden Machine and its pilot are in top form. What to do? Should I give up on following and let them lap me? That would bring them once again within reach. It solves nothing. They'll just pull away again shortly thereafter. As long as the difference in speed is that this great, there's no hope of staying close to any of the racers. A different approach then. Should we leave the course and take to the sky? That'd make it easier to observe and respond. But if the referee decides that we forfeited the race or present an obstacle to the other contestants, they'll expel us. This would likely result in considerable fallout off the track as well. I'd rather not put the police team in that position. Is there no perfect solution?
アソシが抜きにかかった。インを攻める。ダメだ。横端のスーパーハウンドが一枚上手。がっちりラインを封じられては手も足も出せず、2位3位の変動はありません。
Just gotta wait for like a 13-car pileup, and then you can just roll up on the wreckage.
良い攻防ね。それに引き換え最下位のあれは何なのよ。どんくさいったら。
Rude.
よっぽどのダ作なのね。あのクルス。
Muramasa's silence is beginning to bother me.
先頭がコントロールラインを超えた。これで5周、6周目です。残り15周。そろそろ中盤戦に差し掛かります。状況はやや膠着してきたか？
そのようね。小京を筆頭に横丹、阿蘇市、田村、松井、上位陣は順当なところで安定しているわ。
一方、下位の情勢は未だ混沌。激突ありコースアウトありの激しいデッドヒートを繰り広げています。しかし最後尾のポリスチームだけは孤立気味だ。やはり予備機での参加は無理があったか。昨日の事故が痛かった。それでもポリスは走る。 ご来場の皆様、血税ではありません。彼らは皆様の税金を浪費して参戦しているのではありません。
Appreciate the disclaimer.
月給です。安月給の貴重な一部、一食の食費を30円から20円に切り詰めて貯めたお金で彼らはかける。偉いぞ警察、頑張れポリス。失われた給料にかけて飛べホットドッグ。いいてホットドッグ、負けるなホットドッグ、頑張れファイトだホットドッグ。
Alright, yeah, we get it.
応援してるこっちがアホみて。
ほっときゃいいでしょうが。
What's going on here? Enough. Agonizing over it will get me nowhere. I should know by now that there's never a perfect solution.
村正、コースを外れるぞ。上空から選手集団を把握し。村正？
No. We must win. We're in the race.
走ればいいんでしょ。
おい。
Time to release those limiters.
早く飛べばいいんでしょ。早く飛べば。
応答しろ村正。
We're gonna
状
fucking
況を認識
overspeed
してい
this
るか。
bitch. Clearly not. Or perhaps it's more accurate to say that she's lost it. My Suri's attention is fixed far ahead. What the fuck was that? The throat just collapsed on itself. Oh god, I'm dying. My Suri's attention is fixed far ahead, upon the racing cruxes whose dust we are eating.
村正。
なめるなガキども、ペラペラの紙細工が。本物の剣の力、思い知りなさい。
Okay, big words, but you got gas on the tank to back it up? Wait, hold on. First tell me what you're gonna do.
流れ、回る。
You what? Chant Plus. Muramasa's detecting magnetic energy at herself, directing. The opposite of what Enchant Minus, which forms a barrier against attacks. Oh, you're gonna fucking like railgun yourself. Nice.
冷静さを回復しろ村正。その手は俺も考えた。
Well, I guess we're flying through all these metal arches, and they probably got metal, you know. It looks like the big metal fences on the side, like in a NASCAR race. So just gotta induce a current in there and have the magnetic field just kind of whoop 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 boost it forward.
だが届かん。消耗だけで終わる。
Yeah, but it'll be cool as hell. Enchant Plus generates multi-layered electromagnetic fields throughout Muramasa's armor, using the alternating forces of attraction and repulsing to enhance performance. An increase in speed is one of the benefits. Using the Shinogi requires calories, however, the expenditure of which is proportional to the effort. A massive boost in speed, say enough to match a racing crux, will of course necessitate a massive drain. Obviously, the effect won't last for long, and that's if we can even achieve such acceleration in the first place. It can hardly be called a wise move under these circumstances.
ミド、執行。
対話が成立していないように思える。
私があなたをあそこへ送る。嘘はつかない。ミド、これがあなたの欲していた最善の手よ。
Yep, live your dream. I really think so, but I consider my options. Either keep arguing with my deranged Tsurugi, or let Muramasa have her way temporarily. Which is the greater waste of time, the more fatal error. It doesn't take long to reach the answer.
リニアアクセル。
Yeah, you're just fucking talking with a chatbot. It's like, do you just want to go fast? Yes. The air becomes hard and heavy, a sensation that comes with rapid acceleration. Our speed tops out at several times what it was before. Of course, that only brings us even with the slowest racers of the slowest of the frontline racing cruxes. Well, at least we stopped losing ground. It may be possible to gain a few ranks if someone makes a mistake, and assuming I don't make one first.
これで満足か。
ここからよ。
何？
Yeah, that we were only put in first gear. Time to fucking bump it up. I feel a sense of impending doom. Something is entering my Tsurugi's armor. Something unnatural.
天地万物に吸引の力あり。この作業を因心、力を神気と称す。
This is... No, it can't be. It can't be.
何の真似だ。
新規修練。
The space around my Tsurugi thrums with energy. Not the electromagnetic energy that Muramasa has always been able to command. This is something entirely different. Different, yet somehow similar.
これは重力操作。
Oh, just gonna, you know, change your gravitational, like, orientation? Pole? What? Hello?
の我流といったところね。
なぜそのようなことができる。これは銀星号の力だろう。
Yeah, man, that would explain why, man, it seems like this egg's really fucking close. My sensors are off the charts, but I just can't see it.
卵を壊して野立ちの断片を回収した時におまけでついてきたのよ。
You didn't pick any,
ビビたるものだけれどね。
alright, yeah, that's Kinseigo power, yeah, the little extra. You didn't, you know, get a freebie in there, did you? The eggs are manifestations of Kinseigo's power. This time, they were merged with the fragments of our Nodachi. In other words, with Muramasa's power. So, when the pieces of the Nodachi were reabsorbed into Muramasa, brought some of Kinseigo's power with them?
扱いきれるの
Exclamation
か。
mark, question mark?
この高度なら多分新規は地表に近いほど魚しやすい。
Oh, yeah, well, that
は
tracks.
ず。
You think?
高様のようにはいかないけれど。もどきどもに一泡吹かせるには十分よ。見ろ。
グラビティアクセル。
Alright, fuck it, yeah.
なんじゃありゃ
届いた。嘘。
Popcorn.
すげえ、すごいとも届く。なんだかわけわかんない加速で一気に追い上げた。
Yeah, we're just warming up.
あんな機体であんなスピードがあんな急に出るのよ。ありえないわ。監視に連絡、何かおかしな機械を使ってなかったか確かめて。
村正、早すぎだ。誰がどう見てもこれは変だ。
Nah, fuck him.
ちょっと力の制御が。でも追いついたんだからいいでしょ。
Yeah, it's quicker playing it.
それはそうだが、ここまで異様に目立ちたくはない。後で困る。
なら後で困っておいて。
Yeah, just enjoy the limelight, bask
俺
in
は
the sun while
来
you
月
got it.
のアーマーレス雑誌の表紙を謎の超新星現るなどという月並みなコピーと一緒に飾るつもりは応答ないのだ。
Good. You did it for, you know, good PR for the police department.
よかったじゃない。子供の頃の夢が叶って。
速度を落とせ。
Embrace madness. I roar at Muramasa to stop, but I have no way of knowing if my voice reaches through the maelstrom of power that seems to have consumed her. I can no longer feel the wind around us. We have entered a world where even air resistance is meaningless. Oh, so we're now in a physics equation, you know, where we're doing like bare bone acceleration math where wind resistance and gravity are not a factor. Thanks, Teach. It's wonderful. It's glorious. It's an utter disaster. Not even armor racers can set foot in this domain. They didn't come here to set a new world record. I reach out with my mind to the power coursing through my armor. If Muramasa can't control herself, then I'll just have to help her. I seize the raging currents of energy and bend them to my will. My brain erupts in white-hot agony, and for a moment, it feels as if my mind has been ripped in two. Just a little more.
ホットドッグ加速が止まった。結局何だったのかさっぱりわからんけど、とにかく限界に達した模様。安定した気候に戻るようです。
それでもまださっきまでの気候に比べると随分早いわね。これが本当の性能なのかしら。
I bring the, gravitic? Gravitic? How do I pronounce that? I've never seen, like, gravity used as like an adjective before. Gravitic? Gravitic? Yeah, give me the pronunciation. I don't need a definition. Pronunciation, not propulsion.
Gravity.
No, that's just gravity. You fucking Google, whatever. Thank the gods that's over.
このペースを維持するぞ、村正。
え、
いやーすごかったね。そういやおめえ、あれに凡庸だのダサくだの存在
Yeah,
出
what
な
a
か
bunch
った
of
ね。
fucking morons, huh?
わかったわよ。取り消すわよ。認めるわよ。あの機体は波ではないわね。
No, just a sudden breeze, gave it a nice tailwind and pushed it along.
あの加速は超常的で美しくもあったわ。あれを見せただけでもこの決勝戦に参加する資格はあったと言えるでしょう。
Yep, if you got your trump cards now, this
主
now's
催
the
者
time
様
to
のお
play
言
them.
葉でした。よかったね、ポリスの人。
No point saving them all if you're just gonna lose. It's like being a potion hoarder in a
状況ウルティマ、ラ
JRPG.
イン通過。
Now, in the game
12
with
周
like
目に入りま
fucking
した。
20 phoenix downs, like 10 full heals. You fucking smoke them if you got them.
上位陣は相変わらず不動。10周前後で各チームともアフターバーナー交換のためにピットインしましたが、ピットクルーの奮闘に優劣なし。結局順位はほぼ変わらず。見てる側としてはそろそろ動きが欲しい。だが難しいか。
そうね。
Hey, no, come on.
今レー
Chop
スは
chop.
完全にあのウルティマに支配されていると言っていいわ。彼がペースを作っている。他の騎手はそのペースに沿って走っているだけ。なすすべもなくね。
Just gotta wait for the last lap, then really show everyone you got one last sprint.
このまま小強の勝利で幕を閉じてしまうのか。
The 12th lap. 8 to go. We made our pit stop in the 10th, the halfway mark. Though, not for the same reason as the other cruxes. The afterburner affixed to Muramasa's back is merely a decoration. Moreover, this sort of flight consumes far less calories than does Musha combat. Muramasa and I could easily do 20 laps without breaking a sweat. Yeah, I was about to say, your little energy gauge at the bottom didn't drop at all during that last segment. Even with, fucking gravity and magnetic acceleration. Same is not true of racing cruxes, however. Failing to pit would have declared our nature to anyone who knows the first things about Tsurugi. Now the second half of the race is well underway, and we are positioned at the bottom edge of the middle of the pack. If we were out for the gold, we would be where I started, this would be where I start pushing towards the front. But for my purpose, this position is ideal. I see no need to take any more risks, especially not like we did earlier. I assess the racers. They all appear to be focused intently on their nearby rivals. No one is doing anything out of the ordinary.
全員を疑わねばならないということだ。今だ。
そうね。
Muramasa's tone is reluctant. She still refuses to accept the likelihood that the egg has been rendered imperceptible to her gaze. I suppose it's a matter of pride. These 2 years have already taught me how stubborn Muramasa can be about such things. And even if they had not, today's race would have done the job on its own. I turn my gaze to the head of the pack. Nothing has changed there since the last time I checked. Ultima is in the lead, followed by Superhound, RG-10, and Avenger. Now, how much longer will she stay silent?
そろそろ温まったか、ミサオ。
I like that on the side, just zeal!
いつでも行ける。
I can't read what's behind her text box. Blue, something, something. Inzari, 2 prize? What? Okay.
一体交差を超える。ウルティマミスを犯しません。
危なげないわね。むしろ続く連中の方が怪しくなってきたわ。
うわ、本当だ。スーパーハウンドとレーシング10が今接触しかけた。
Playing chicken?
アソシが抜きにかかって横タンが防いだようだが、今のはどちらもタイミングを外していた。危険です。
無様ね。ウルティマに支配されるレースに耐えきれなくなってきたんでしょう。レーサーなんて人種はプライドの塊。 完全に頭を押さえられた。
And no one likes getting showed up.
屈辱的でたまらないはずよ。
Don't feel good.
なるほど、誰しも他人のことはよくわかるようです。
どういう意味か。
さあバックストレート、ここで体勢を立て直したいところ。
お、
アベンジが速度を落としています。
本当、危なっかしい幹から離れるつもり。間違った判断ではないけれど消極的に。
it's like pulling back a slingshot. You know, it's pulling back, but it's gonna shoot forward.
いや、こいつは多分
翼をください。私は空をかけたいのです。翼をください。
You don't want to touch the sky.
私は風と戯れたいの
You'll
で
get
す。
DQ'd for that.
翼をください。私は鳥になりたいのです。翼をください。私は空も風も鳥も裏切りたいのです。私の翼はすべてを裏切る。すべてを捨て去り忘れ去り、なかったものにしてしまう。なぜならこれは恋ではないから。なぜならこれは逆襲なのだから。空は私を厭い、風は私を憎み、
Hell
鳥は
yeah.
私を妬め。慟哭をかき鳴らして、この名を歌え。
All right, dropping bars.
アベンジ・ザ・ブルー。
始まったか。
Now it's a race.
この加速を。
アベンジ本性を見せた。スコーツスコーツスコーツ。
Hey, she gets to go fast. Why can't we go fast
や
too?
はり昨日のあれはまぐれではなかった。サーキット上の熱が見せた幻でもなかった。この爆走はリアルな現実だ。
すごい。さっきポリスチームが見せた魔術のような理
Hey,
解しがたい暴走とは全く違う。完成された機構による統制された爆走よ。美しい美しいわ。
レーシング10、アソシエイブル社の誇る傑作機、防ぐとかどうとか以前に反応できませんでした。
Didn't even know they were already dead.
横断スーパーハウンドも後陣を排す。いつの間にか後ろ姿を見せつけられている。田村アベンジ王子味噌一躍二役。
すげえ。まるで青い光。
さしずめブルーライトニングといったところでございますね。いやはや、これはなんとも。
Well, if it's going that fast, it would. Is blue shift when it's coming towards you or going away? I want to say the way the light spectrum works, when you, like, theoretically, when you surpass a certain speed, you know, things will turn blue because of light waves or whatever. It's like the Doppler effect, but with light. Blue shift, that's like... What is the blue shift of the Doppler effect? Light is called the blue shift if the light source is coming towards the observer, and red shift if it's moving away. Okay.
これでレースが荒れてくる。状況はどう転ぶかわからなくなってきた。俺たちにとって。
Yeah, things are getting a little weird out here.
どうした？
For a moment, Muramasa seems entranced by Avenger's speech. I don't blame her. But didn't she already see it once before? Perhaps not. Muramasa wasn't interested in the preliminary. She probably focused on scanning for eggs and ignored what's happening on the track.
少し思ったのよ。
Okay?
少しだけだけど理解はできないししたいとも思わないけれど、今の鍛冶師にも彼らなりの魂はあるのね。ちょっと
Little,
そう思ったの。
just a little, like, oh, huh, that's kind of cool.
これは凄まじい勝負になってきた。
It's not the way I would have done it, but you know, I can appreciate the workmanship.
直線では田村アベンジ爆発的な速力で周囲を強奪する。しか しコーナーでは小強ウルティマ、大きくリアを振りながら回るアベンジの懐をたやすく破って
She's got better maneuverability.
それでもアベンジ完全に振り切られはしない、粘る、そしてストレートで逆転する。両者一歩も譲らず、まさに頂上決戦だ。
Yeah, pretty good race.
素晴らしい。
ただいまの周回のタイムが出ました。これはすごい。小強ウルティマ1分25秒87、田村アベンジ1分25秒88と100分の1秒の争い。どちらに軍配が上がるのか
Flip a coin.
まるで見えません。
力のアベンチ、技のウルティマ、いいわ、どちらも最高よ。荒々しい野生の美と聖地を極める技巧の美、どちらがより美しいのか。
さあどちらだ。主催者の求める答えは果たして両者のいずれが与えるのか。
Yeah, almost like
もっ
there's
とも私は
there's gonna be
別の
some
答
third
えが
act
出されて
twist
し
in
ま
this
うよう
one,
な気が
Lark,
し
huh?
なくもありません。
こうなってしまったか。バカどもが失敗したばかりにかくなる上は私だ。なあ、手はず通りやらせろ。嫌がっている。そんなことは承知の上だ。中将閣下のお言葉ではないが、奴らは自尊心の塊だから。
fucking intentionally wreck and take him out.
だが言ってやれ。そのプライドを買ってやるとな。どうせ勝ち目はない今日の勝負での意地を、明日の勝負での勝ちを変える。
Let it be you know, oh what a tragic, unfortunate accident that, you know, cut short this great race, but you know, next time
資金援助に技術提供、奴らが喉から手が出るほど欲しがっているものを約束してやる。そうすれば動くだ。
you know, get inconclusive result instead of, you know, either taking an L.
案ずるな。後でどうにでもごまかせる。とにかく我々には今日の勝利が必要なのだ。そうだ。そのためには
Get a little extra, you know, breathing room and time to, you know, solidify your support base for, you know, legalizing gambling or whatever their end goal is. Something's changed. Some of the racers who were battling for the lower ranks have vanished. Even the area around me is suddenly empty.
おっと、後方で異変です。いくつかの機体がタイミングを同じ
Hey,
くして減
nice!
速。
We might get the podium.
交代していきます。
接触でもしたんだ。まあどうでもいいわ。終盤が近いのにあの調
Just
子
gotta
じ
do
ゃどうせ
those
勝ち
two
目は
guys
ない
in
でし
front
ょ
of us, and then, you know, we
邪
can,
魔に
you
なら
know,
ないようにどいてなさい。
walk out with a nice bronze.
邪魔にならなきゃいいけどね。
さっきから何をあんたは。
Of course, Liger is hinting at the possibility that we discussed before. So, they're making their move.
ちょっと。
おーっと、これはアクシデント。中盤の争いから脱落した騎士らが周回遅れになってトップ2機に近接。
Oh, they, like, fell back enough to get lapped? What?
アベンジ、進路を塞がれた格好になった。
青旗は出ないの。どうせ機体にトラブルを起こして落ちてきた連中でしょ。さっさと脇へどかせなさいよ。
いやいや、ところがあのお歴々、周回遅れになった途端に調子が回復したようです。決勝参戦機にふさわしい
Weird.
走りを取り戻している。ああ、頑張れ。
なんでそっぽ向いて耳ほじりながら言うのよ。
別に。
くそ、こういう手で来たか。どうする。いざとなれば。いざとなれば。
What are you planning, bud?
いや、だが数が多すぎる。
You just gotta kill them all.
どうすればいい。
Kill them all, Oji. That
ウ
was
ルテ
like
ィ
a
マ
fucking meaty
再び単
crunch.
独トップに立った。アベンジは追えない。周回遅れ集団に捕まってしまっている。大地味さを振り切ろうと悪戦苦闘しているがダメだ。完全に囲まれた格好。この状況をどう思われますか、サボテンさん。
Cactus.
誰がサボテンよ。
Yeah, what?
これもレース。そうとしか言いようがないわ。
意外にクールな
What do
回
you mean,
答。
Cactus? What?
ただ速いだけでは勝てない。そういうものでしょ、アーマーレースは。優秀な機体、騎手の技術、熟練のスタッフ、十分な資金、それだけでも足りない。他者を自分のために利用する能力、これは絶対に必要な力よ。競技が1対1で行われるものではない。
Gotta do that networking. Fucking get that LinkedIn.
田村にそれがないのなら仕方ないわ。破れなさい。それ
なるほど。ごもっともであります。確かに田村にその力はないだろうね。けどもしかしたら別の力があるかもしれない。
何？
幸運。どっかの他者がたまたま田村のために動いてくれるとか。
That's your cue. The voice from the announcer's box is audible even through the roar of the engines. Of course, I'm likely the only one on the course listening.
背中を押されているようだ。
Yeah. Now, what's better, having a bunch of like kind of, you know, fair weather friends, or, you know, one really good one?
やるの？
Who's probably gonna kill you after the race, you know, because, I don't know, fucking demon bloodlust runs in the machine or something, but
やらざるを得ない。この形勢は俺にとっても不
its
都合
machine
極まる。
spirit demands the blood of the innocents. At present, there are no other cruxes nearby. This has put us up several ranks, but that means nothing to me.
より多くの機体に近接し、危機に備えるのが俺の責務。それはたまたまアベンジの利害と一致する。
素直じゃないのね。
Uh-huh.
助けたいんでしょ？
俺を決勝に参加させたライガー女子の期待には応えた他に筋が立たぬ。
本当に
two
それだけ
birds,
ならいいけ
one
ど
stone.
ミロ、私たちが誰かに好意を示すということは
Yeah.
説明無用。承知している。
ええ。けど、それでも人の心はままならないもの
Yep,
だ
can't help but be a softie. I ignore Muramasa's resigned sigh and concentrate on controlling my wings. Rapid deceleration is not dangerous as long as you remain calm. It just tends to be used in situations where calm is a rare commodity.
やるみたいね。
はい、いいものでございます。
けど数の差がありすぎないか？
Yeah, but he's way bulkier. He just has to throw his weight around and they
問
can
題で
fucking
はありま
crush
せ
those
ん
little
よ、
tin
綾音
cans.
様。アーマーレースにおいて真打ちは数打ちの敵足りえず。
アベンジを囲んで固まっているあの方々はボーリングのピンも同然ですの。すぐにわかります。
I settle down at a lower speed. They don't keep me waiting for long.
後方から青いのが恋人の群れを引き連れて接近。どうするの？
加速準備。集団に並走しつつ気を。
どこ？
戦闘がいいだろ
Okay.
う。村正、力加減を誤るな。撫でる程
Yeah,
度
don't-
で十分だ。
You just gotta knock them off the course. Don't fucking, like, annihilate them.
それは冷えるよね。
違う。優しく優しく
For
撫で
you.
ろ。子供をからかう。
了解。
おお、これはどうしたことだ。大きく後退したポリスチームがアベンジを囲む周回遅れ集団に接触。ゼッケン15番を吹っ飛ばした。ゼッケン15後退。追い集団から離れます。慌てて追うも速度が伸びない。今の痛烈な当たりでどこかやられたか。
よし。
Yeah,
まず
they're,
まず
they're made of fucking paper mache.
打撃は与え破壊はせず。ほぼ
何？え？今のが打撃になったの？
It's like when you hit a big bug, you're just like, what? Huh? What was that?
肩で軽くつついただけじゃない。
お前が言ったことだろう。あいつらは紙細工だと。
そんな鋼鉄で
It's like they're wearing nothing at all.
こんな速度をかけているの？
そうだ。故にレーサーの引退理由の1割は事故死であり、2割は再起不能の負傷。レーサー10人のうち3人までが競技場で人生を失うのだ。
狂ってる。
Yep.
ああ、
Speed demons, baby.
狂ってしまったのだろう。世界の先端に一人でいるという夢に 狂ってしまったのだ彼らは。
Getting just you know, a little modicum of respect for him.
アベンジに進路を開けるぞ村正。我々はレースの勝敗を放棄しているにもかかわらず、アベンジの脱出後周囲の期待が追おうとするかもしれないが、それは阻止する。なぜなら彼らも勝敗を捨てているからだ。以上。
了解。
Mm-hmm.
子供をからかう力加減でね。
何？
囲みを破った。ポリスチームの乱入でできた隙に田村アベンジが食いついた。あまりといえばあまりな展開、あまりな攻
I
防。
mean, I
大
could
会
see
主
it
催者
coming.
今川中将が
I
思わ
saw
ず
it
パワ
coming.
フルになって
I'm
しまう
super
のも
media
無理
literate,
はありま
guys.
せん。
I'm so smart.
写真に撮って後ほど公開しようと思います。
取るな。
That's not gonna make
っていうか
past the
幸運
censors.
じゃないでしょ。あれあんたが押し込んだやつじゃない。
さあアベンジが追う、ウルティマを追う。勝負は再びこの両者の一騎打ちとなるか。
聞きなさいよ。まあいいけどね。この方がマロの好みでもあるし。
Anything for a good story.
よし、このまま彼らとざれ続ける。俺の目的にも競技の公正な進行にもそれが最善だ。
ではあるけれど、そうもいかな
I
い
just
です
gotta play
ね。
interference. Keep him boxed back here. Distance is opening between us and the nearby cruxes. They're decelerating.
もう一度やる気か。
周回遅れになって妨害ね。
させぬ。
Just fall back and
モ
double
リスのホ
clothesline
ット
him.
ドッグ逃がしません。徹底的にこの回集団と遊ぶことに決めた模様。中走行頼みの体当たりを武器に威嚇します。うかつに前へ出ようとすると餌食。回集団彼から離れられません。さすがホットボルトベース、乱闘に強い。
Yeah, they're a bruiser.
ちょっと強すぎるような気もするけれど。いくらホットボルトの鋼鉄が熱いったって所詮はレーサークルスでしょ。
Hey, we fucking threw some scrap metal in there, you know, really bulked it up.
あんな扱いに耐えるものなのかしら。
まあそれはそれとしてトップ
Yep,
争いへ視線を戻し
Don't
ましょ
worry about
う
it.
アベンジがウルティマを再び射程
Just
に捉えようとしています。
gloss right over that little factor.
16周目のバックストレート。アベンジウルティマに並ぶか。
Well, that's where it has the advantage, doesn't it?
アベンジストレートでウルティマを追い切れず、コーナーで引き離されていきます。
伸びが足りないわ。
I mean, we did hear a crunch there, like someone stepped on a beer can.
いかん、フロントササーもやられている。
さっきの乱戦の時ですか。どうします？ピットインさせて。
No time.
そんな暇はない。あと残り3周なんだぞ。
じゃあ
Push on
おうじゃ
through.
通信機をくれ。
え？
早く。
ウルティマ18周目。アベンジもコントロールライン通過。しかしウルティマとの差は歴然。
自分の戦場である直線で勝ちきれないのだから当然よ。あなたの言った幸運ほんの少し足りなかったみたい。
だよな。まあ仕方ねえか。勝負ってのはこういうもんだし。
何よため息ついて。そこまで田村に肩入れしてたの？
まあね。大久保君に言っとけよ。おめえらの勝ちだ。
Wah,
好きな
wah.
だけ稼げってな。
Aw, you're leaving already? It's like when there's 5 minutes left in the game and, you know, they're down by like 10, so you just like fucking throw your hands up and you walk out.
届かぬか。
どうするの？
俺にできること
She
は
must
ない
be a
の
Falcons fan.
このまま結果を見守るだけだ。
それでいいの？
正当な勝負の結果であるのだ。ここへ至る過程にはいろいろあったが、それでも田村が勝負から降りず、ならばその結果は厳粛に受け止めねばならない。田村にかけたものも。
Yeah.
残念。
届かない。
Don't get yourself killed over it though.
届かない。どうしてこのままじゃ負ける。負けてしまう。お父さんが負ける。私のせいで負ける。そんなのダメ。お父さん。
Damn, you're coming in crusty.
何をしている。やるんだ。勝つための全てを。第一攻撃を
You have my permission to go all out.
そこでしか
Just
効
this
果はない。
once.
でもお父さん、それは
彼らと同じことをしているだけだ。そうだろう。ミサオ、お前は知っているはずだ。僕にかつて
Oh man, fucking seeing this blue and yellow armor, that just fucking like synapse flashed in my brain. What was the fucking mech racing anime? It was on Toonami in like 2004 or 5ish, around then. That just like fucking bam hit me fucking real good. There's a game on the PS2 that my friend had. I fucking loved that game. I completely forget the name of that series. What? Mech racing anime. I need to know. I might download a fucking PS2 emulator, or just go get a PS2 and fucking find that game. PS2. Yeah, IGPX. I think I liked that show when it was on. Yeah, that was cool. I like that.
騎士としての僕はあれで終わった。だが、お前という娘を得て、もう一度ここまで帰ってきた。三度目のチャンスはない。今日田村が負ければ、
Yeah, you don't want to have to be fucking whoring out your kid, do ya?
共に支配される。
Break the cycle here.
僕は負けられないのだ。ミサオ。ミサオ、僕に勝利をくれ。世界へ行きたいのだ。世界へ逆襲したいのだ。
Yeah. Not a big fan of the vicariously living through your kids kind of thing.
いいえ、わかる。わかります、お父さん。この命をくれたのはお父さん。
Like, I get it if it's something like, I want you to, you know, go to college and have a good life so you can, you know, have a better life than me. But it's like, no, you need to live my dreams. Do the things I wanted to. No. Like that's kind of where I'm like, let's maybe this ain't the greatest relationship we got here.
血と肉と力のすべてはお父さんの願いを叶えるために。
ミサオ。
私とアベンジはそのためにいる。そのためにしかいない。
どうやら決着のようでございますね。
Now let's start walking to the parking lot so that way we can get out of here before we're stuck in traffic for 2 hours.
いや別になんか少し胃のあたりがムズムズしてきた。
Well, yeah. Like I said, the fucking third act twist. You know, we're coming to that part of this arc.
アベンジ粘ります。しかし届かない。
最後まで勝負を諦めない姿勢は立派よ。その執念が奇跡を呼ぶかしら。
I mean, miracle? Don't know about that, but some wacky shit's gonna
起き
happen.
ないから奇跡って言うんですよ。
Why are you blushing on that one?
けどまあそうだね。奇跡が起きりゃ話は変わるんだ。ちゃんと起こせるかな奇跡。さあホームストレート。ここを抜ければ19周目だ。ラスト2周。アベンジラストスパートか。早いが。
What?
これちょっと無茶じゃね。
無茶よ。
Fucking drive the thing till the wheels fall off.
あんなの何秒も持たない。
んでその後は月が回ってガタガタになるな。やけになっちまったか。
このまま負けるよりはと思ったのかもしれないね。けど残念。
アベンジウルティマを抜いたが。
翼が折れるわよ。
アベンジ速度が落ちます。 限界に達している。
That's unfortunate.
ウルティマ、その背後をたやすくなる。スリップについた。
I was gonna boost ahead.
やっぱり無駄に終わったわね。
さあ、第一コーナーが近い。ウルティマ、その前に抜きにかかる。
What? Oh, like an egg hatching. Yeah. Oh.
激突。
Oh.
ウルティマがコースアウトして
Sand
サンド
trap.
ト
I
ラ
don't know,
ップに
man.
突っ
That
込んだ
looks
わ
like it fucking like just nosedived into the stands.
それどころじゃない。客席まで突っ込んで爆発してる。
Yikes!
ちょうど抜きにかかろうと速度を上げたところで事故を起こしたのね。なんてこと。ちょっとあんた、ぼーっとしてないで解説しなさいよ。こんなのレースではよくあることでしょ。アベンジは
Maybe
無事ね。
maybe someone get the fire foam?
まさかこんなことになるなんて。
Call an
奇
ambulance.
跡と言っていいのかしら。とにかくアベンジがトップに立ったわ。神はあの青い機体を選んだのね。
その手使うのかよ。バカは。それじゃ何にも面白くねえ。レーサーのくせにアベンジなんて怪物作ってみせたくせに。
Did
どう
some
して
fucking
早く
weird
走る以
stand
外のこ
power
とを
shit,
考
I
え
guess.
る。神話ができたかもしれないの
You've
に、
sullied the sanctity of the track.
最後の最後で三文芝居に落としやがった。おい、ライチョウ。
ん？
あて、帰るわ。あとよろしく。
Yeah, I'm getting out of here before it gets shit gets wild.
ちょっとどうしたのよいきなり。
It's about to go sideways.
興味なくした。もういい、どうでも。くそ。つまんねえ。
That's like you're losing on Mario Kart instead of like, you know, just driving better. You reach over and you fucking punch the guy on the couch next to you in the face. That way you can overtake him.
ミドあれはこの競技で認められている
I
こと
mean,
な
I
の
don't really know what happened, but no. They defiled it. They defiled the dream.
マロは大いなる満足とともに今こそ告げましょう。美しい戦いを見たと。
But with that, the conclusion of the race, that is where we're going to end it here for today. Once again, I'd like to thank you all for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and notification bell. See you guys on next time for the next episode of Full Metal Daemon Muramasa, where we will pick up at the little closing ceremonies here, where I'm sure nothing bad is going to happen, and no harsh words and fierce emotions are going to get flung around, and maybe, you know, some blades as well. But only way to find out is to come back next time. Catch you guys later. Bye.